Oh, what? What?
All right.
What happened to? Oh, wow! Look
I
at
definitely
guys.
see them.
The walls are yellow and blue.
In purple.
Yes. Hugh shift the video so it's
Purple, but just on that side.
yeah. Cut the video in half and hue shift so I look all weird.
You look like a Oompa Loompa.
Yes.
A purple one again. Oh, I know, like the Evil Minions from the Evil Minions movie.
Yes.
The ones with
The crazy hair.
what were they called? The purple minions?
They're.
The evil ones?
I think they're just called evil minions.
Are they just called Evil Minions? I thought they had like a funny name. Let me wait.
You know,
Purple
I don't remember what they were called.
Minions name. Okay, let's see. The Purple Minions from Despicable 2 don't have a specific collective name, but are known as the Evil Minions or Purple Minions. These are the mutated versions of regular minions, including Kevin, Tom, and Jerry, after they are exposed to the PX-41 serum. Good to know.
For those of you who had Minions lore on your save state bingo cards, you can mark that off now.
Yes!
Any bingos? Let us know in the comments.
I hope some made it bingo before we started this. That'd be funny. Oh man, I gotta pull up my list again because I took it away to like a freaking.
Well, we're not diving into that yet. Let's talk a bit about this new space that we're in.
That's true. We are
It's
now
new and fancy.
So we've moved from the old game room up to this new what we're calling the studio now,
Yes.
just to make it sound more fancy.
Yes.
Y'all only seen half of it. Hopefully by the time this goes up, I will do a live stream showing off this whole room on my channel, my Joe64 channel, and y'all get to see all of that. But y'all get to see this main space, and going into the future, this is where we be recording episodes of the Safe State podcast. Got this beautiful backdrop behind us. You all remember, like, well, it's like episodes like 7 through like 9. We were in like the camping chairs in front of these bookshelves.
When the aspect ratio was like this.
That was one episode. One episode the camera was crooked.
Listen, man, I really hate
And I forgot to fix it in post. I was supposed to do it and then send Denmark. I didn't do it. It's fine. We've gotten a lot better.
We have gotten a lot better.
If I just like slightly turn this, wait for it. There's my mic arm.
I think that more speaks to how impressive that camera is.
Yeah,
Honestly.
the mic arm's literally like.
So this is now
Wait.
off because I made a stupid joke, but there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, we got this great space. Got custom painted walls. The couches, everything's still here. And the other side of the room looks awesome as well. But I just have a small little plug to my channel. Like I said, I plan to do that stream. So hopefully soon. So that should be it by now. Y'all get to see the new room and all the cool stuff. And yeah. That's really not much to it. It's been quite a process getting everything up here.
Mm-hmm.
It's been kind of all happening in the background, especially the last few episodes. The previous set was like very cluttered. We had to always like move a bunch of crap out of the way so we could actually record the last few episodes.
Yeah.
And now we have this big space. We don't have to worry about not having crap all over the place, pretty much.
It's gonna be so nice, and it might sound a little echoey in here for a little while, but we should be better once we kind of pad the room out a little bit, get a little carpet, get a little things to absorb the sound.
Yeah, but there's still a little bit of stuff you do to finish up the room, but as a whole, it's good. We need, like you said, gotta get a carpet in here. We're gonna get like stuff to put on this wall here. Maybe one or two things to put on that wall to fill out a bit, but I'm thinking like a weapons wall would be really sick to have on this yellow wall. Like Master Sword. I'd like to get Pyro and Mythwest Sword because I think there's some really cool designs.
Yeah.
They're making replicas of the weapons from K-pop Demon Hunters. And I don't think I'm not gonna get all of them, but I think I'm gonna get Lumi's sword just because that's my favorite character. I think it'd be cool to have hers here. I don't know what other weapons I'll get. But I'll find some other ones to get. I think it'd be cool just a little.
Do they make recreations of the Ratchet & Clank weapons?
No, I'm trying to find that. Like if I get like the Omni Branch, that or the Wino.
Once my 3D printer is officially up and running, we'll import the game files and then scale them, and then we'll print them out in real life.
Just small chunks at a time.
Yeah, I mean that's how you 3D print.
That's true. How big? Like how big is the printer?
It's
like the printer base. So it's about like that big for the base.
It's pretty big.
Oh, okay.
It could make some pretty big things.
Gotcha. We can make
Custom save state time.
We could make a custom save state time. We
That
could
we'll
put
never
it
use.
nowhere.
Well, we could put it right here so it's right in the center.
Got my anxiety goes up just thinking of trying to hang something there with just a shelf. Shh. We can put it right here until I get the weapon, so it'll go back down. That's what would happen, honestly.
But no. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's.
We're excited. We're excited for this new room. It's not like, I guess in this sense, it is a new chapter of your content, our content, the podcast. And hopefully it'll keep getting better and better. That's the idea, right?
Yeah, that's the hope. And this is episode 22.
Yeah, this is episode 20, so it's a little inflection point for everybody.
20 episodes in. Look at that. Look at how many episodes
we've only been doing this for almost a year?
Yeah, just short of a year. We started developing the idea seriously in like December of last year.
Yeah.
But we didn't upload the first episode until April 1st.
That's crazy. A year of save state.
Yeah. But
we'll save that for another episode.
Yeah, that'll be.
That's the clickbait title of a future save state episode.
Yeah.
You'll see very soon.
Probably. But for today's actual topic, we're going to be talking about Jeff Keighley's The Game Awards.
We're going to talk about Jeff Keighley's The Doritos Pope.
No.
And the Mountain Dew Man. Denmark, put that picture up. Put the picture up. And if you don't know what it is, I'll let you know what the picture is. I'll put it right here.
So we're going to be talking about Jeff Keighley's The Game Awards, which is that happens December 11th. When all that happens, we're going to go through all the nominees and just kind of talk about what were our thoughts on the nominees.
Give our thoughts.
Who we're probably going to vote for between for the different categories, if we even have any thoughts for them, and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Before I have a fun little story to tell. About the Game Awards. This could be our clickbait title. I don't know if this could be the title.
We'll just do I was, and then in the smallest text possible, almost invited to the Game Awards.
Well, I was invited to the Game Awards. I'm not going.
Mm-hmm.
So I was invited to go to the Game Awards this year, and unfortunately, because of just life and not having time to really carve out for it, being not. They give me good notice, but still being a bit difficult to plan to go to the other side of the country.
Well, yeah, it's still a hard ask, and especially for us, like the Game Awards are in Los Angeles, California. So like other side, we are on the East Coast. That's like completely opposite for us. So it's a big ask for anyone.
Yeah, they're fly across the country. I've never been on a plane before. But no, so it's just there's not much of a story there to tell. It's more just like, oh yeah, I was invited. And hopefully I get invited next year. Maybe next year we'll be able to make it work a bit better. That would be nice. Because I did try pretty hard to try to make it work, but it's like it wasn't gonna work out, unfortunately. But now watching announce the freaking Sonic's 35th anniversary game there, and I'm gonna be really upset about there.
I feel like whatever they announce, you'll be upset you weren't there. Anyway.
Yeah, because there's going to be at least one announcement. I'd be like, oh, I'm a bit sick to have been there. Even last year, the Monster Hunter Wilds. I don't care that much about Monster Hunter, but it's just it would be like, oh, I was there for the big Monster Hunter announcement, and it was cool to be able to say you were in that stage.
Yeah. Mr. Jeff Keighley, if you are watching, I apologize for making fun of your probably very frustrated face during that Game Awards. I apologize, but. Don't feel free to send Save State an invitation to the Game Awards next year because we will totally make it.
We'll try our best. I make no guarantees, but
I make a guarantee.
If you make any guarantee, that'd be great. Excuse me. But no, that's my fun little story. I was invited to the Game Awards in politely declined.
Mhm.
It
I mean, sometimes that has to
is what
happen.
it is.
It's still cool to say like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
I was
Like I
about
did go to the
I'm
Atlanta.
too cool for the Game Awards.
No, I'm not. I did go to the Atlanta Sonic premiere. You can see the little display poster in the corner there. That's what they use for like the red carpet and all that. And then afterwards, the Paramount Web was just like, "Do you want that?" I'm like, "I would love that." They gave me like everything that they were just gonna throw
Give me
away.
the press wall.
Yeah, they gave me the big the canvas that they put behind the red carpet.
Dude, when we get Sonic 4 news, I was like, we should hang that over everything and just talk about it
It's
here.
a Sonic thing.
Mhm.
That like that nylon just it smells so bad.
Yep.
It's in a tote box. I won't have to open that to get to So I need there's more stuff that's going to go in this room that's in like one of my storage boxes, and the PS2 is in there. I want to get that out, and it's in there with that nylon thing. I know it's going to smell. It's going to
Pretty
reek
bad, yeah.
because that thing I had to sit in like in the old studio on this couch for like a month, and every time you walk by, you just get smacked by it. It was horrible. That's such a cool thing to have. It's like I can't not get
No,
rid of
yeah.
that.
That's like a 1 in a million thing.
It's a one of one.
Yeah.
Honestly. No, so we're going to go through the different award categories. Some I'm going to have more to say about than others. Like I'll go ahead and say it now. I have nothing against esports, but me or Thomas are not into it, so we're going to skip over all three esports categories.
Are there three? Oh yeah, and there's esports game. Yeah.
Yeah, best esports game, athlete, and team.
It's a cool thing. Don't get me wrong.
They're not doing best esports event this year. They did that in previous years.
Hmm.
That was what I always kind of liked because I would hear at least about the events. I just realized that it's unfortunate they're not doing best esports event.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll win a lot of events this year. I don't know. But no, so we're gonna be going through the lists, and obviously we're gonna start at the bottom and at game of the year, and yeah. So we're going to start with the first one, which is most anticipated game. So this is 007 Fourth Light, Grand Theft Auto 6, Marvel's Wolverine, Resident Evil Requiem, and The Witcher 4. And I'm kind of curious what your thoughts are.
I gotta say, a very stacked list for anticipated games. I feel like this is a goes without saying thing. I think the most anticipated game on this is extremely obvious.
If it comes out, it just got
No,
delayed.
if it does actually come out next year, which it might not even.
I don't think I'll say this. I don't think I think GTA 6 is a 2027 game.
Maybe.
And I don't think it's going to get moved past that. I think 2027 is when it's going to come out. But the fact that it's been delayed 3 times within the year 2026.
The Tears of the Kingdom thing.
Well, it's not even because Tears of the Kingdom got delayed twice. Yes, twice. One of them was pandemic, and the other one was before. So it's kind of like, okay, it really only got delayed once. But for GTA, it's been delayed so many times.
I mean,
and you have all the drama going on with Rockstar right now, with the union busted and all that, and all the layouts, and just with apparently a lot of big lead figures for the game's development just left.
Oof.
So it's almost like a kind of Sonic 06 situation.
I hope not.
I don't think the game's going to turn out that way just because it's been in development for longer than a year and a half.
Well,
but in terms of just you're losing all your directors, apparently you just lost half your team. Or I think they lost a quarter of their team. So it's there's a lot going on.
That sucks.
Because they haven't given us a new date. They just said
Delayed.
winter 2025. And so I could see it very much fall into summer 2027 because I feel like it's a great summertime game, especially kind of the vibes that go with in this one.
Yeah,
but
Florida vibes.
I think just that alone is why GTA 6 would not win with anticipated game because it won last year.
No, I think it'll still win. People are ready.
You really think?
Game.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm almost I gotta say rest of the games I know The Witcher is a big one up there.
I don't think
love that series. I don't think that's gonna win, but I think it deserves a shout out.
If anyone's going to win, that's not GTA 6. I think it's between Resident Evil Requiem and Marvel's Wolverine.
I was gonna say if it wasn't GTA 6, I almost would say Wolverine because that game
that's been very hyped for.
That's been one that's not the GTA 6 of the last GTA game we got was 2013 or whatever, and now we're finally getting a new one. But this is just
we'll finally
that's
get
Insomniac, right?
Yeah, so we'll finally get trailers for it. We'll probably get a big. You know what? I'm gonna call it here. Marvel's Wolverine will win, and it's gonna be because we're gonna get a trailer for the game.
Maybe
because that game comes out. I forget the release date. I think it's May. I could be. It's soon. I know it's not a holiday game, but it comes out relatively soon. We've got 2 gameplay looks now, and a lot of times sometimes especially smaller awards, they'll be like, oh, and like in the celebration of winning it, we have this brand new trailer to show off with it. Don't that could happen with GTA 6 because I think it was one of the Rockstar leads. They did say like they want to have like a year long like marketing like big marketing push for it.
Mhm.
So that could be the start of this. Is a GTA 6 like a big blowout trailer, and then they start doing you see it at like stores and.
I still think GTA is like pretty much slated to win this,
Mhm.
but I think Wolverine. I don't think anyone would be upset if Wolverine won because like everyone knows that GTA is anticipated, but like Wolverine gets a chance to shine.
Yeah.
You were talking about Requiem a bit earlier.
Requiem, I'm personally very excited for. It's the first Resident Evil game I've actually like been excited for. I've not played any of the Resident Evil game, but Requiem looks really good. Plus, it'll be on the Switch too. Gives me an excuse to play that as well. Um, that's the game I'm very excited for. It looks really good. In terms of marketing, I feel like the marketing really well. It actually showed us gameplay, which is a big thing for me, especially like the big AAA games.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, if I had to choose, for me, it's gonna be Requiem. For like, personally most excited for.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I guess going to. Do you have anything to say on content creator of the year?
I only have 2 things to say. I only know 2 people on this list, being Kaizenat and Moist Critical. And I like Moist Critical. I think he's a cool guy. I don't have much to say about Kaizenat except he bullied a AI robot this year, and people gave him a lot of crap for it because not the fact that he was bullying an AI robot, but it was just that the way that they were bullying it seemed very real, and it was like very uncomfortable.
I just know he's in a lot of Mr. Beast videos.
No, he's just
That's
like
the only thing I know.
he's like the ninja.
I know he's just like a popular Twitch streamer. That's all I know about him.
But I like Moist Critical. Moist Critical is a cool guy.
Gotcha.
So if anything, he should win. But that's all I have to say.
I like the name. I don't know who the Born Peanut is, but
Well,
I like that name.
Is that the PBG side account?
No, maybe because of the icon reminded me of the Disney XD show Pickle and Peanut.
Oh,
Because it's like a photorealistic peanut with like a face on it.
But otherwise, I have nothing to say.
Yeah,
about
no.
them.
And like I said,
I'm sure they're cool people. Maybe don't
maybe
don't bring that back to haunt me if they're not cool people. But that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and like I said, we don't have anything to say to the esports. Best of luck to all the esports stuff because I know that it's a lot of hard work to go into that. Games for Impact.
Is this a new category?
This is one they started doing a few years ago. It's a newer category. I think they started 2 or 3 years ago. Pretty much, it's which game left the most impact? Typically, like for what I'm picking here, Wander Stop. That focuses a lot on mental health.
So like social impact.
Yeah.
Okay. That's kind of what I wondered.
Yeah. So that's kind of what it is. Unfortunately, I don't know much about a lot of these games except for Wander Stop because that's the one I've actually played.
I'm not very familiar with many of these either, unfortunately.
We can do a bit. Let's see. So consume. Let's do a bit of research here. So Consume Me is a indie life simulation video game that explores the pressures of adolescence, particularly diet culture. No, I have seen this game before. That's interesting. So okay. Yeah, players manage a high school student's life by completing tasks like chores, studying, and exercise, all while navigating social pressures and a focus on appearance. That's cool. Let's see, what was the next one? Because this is a category I like. So I do want to actually look at all of them real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Despolate. Am I spelling this right? Despilote. I don't think I'm.
Despilote.
Video game. What is this about? This 2025 indie game puts players in the shoes of 8-year-old boy Quito, Ecuador, experiencing life through the lens of soccer.
Oh, it's probably Despilote.
No, you're right. It is Despilote. The game is a slice-of-life experience where players dribble past the shooters talk about around the city in order with its culture, music, and people.
That's actually pretty cool.
As Ecuador's national team nears a World Cup qualification. That's cool. This is a game I've seen. These are games I've seen. Mm-hmm. I just have not personally played them. That looks cool. Yeah, I think Despilote was at an indie world. 'Cause I feel like I've seen that before. I could be wrong. Lost Records. This is another one I think I've seen before. Lost Records, Blue and Wage. Um, this is a new game from the Life is Strange developers.
I was gonna say it looks kind of similar to the Life is Strange. Well, I know those. You know what? That's what it was. The Life is Strange. One of them was there last year.
It's the
second one. I think.
No, the new one. They did
another one
based off of different characters, but it's a Life is Strange. It's kind of like the third one, but kind of focuses on different stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the season 2 that came out like the year before.
Okay.
I could be wrong. That's a series I've never played, but I would like to. And then South of Midnight. I have South of Midnight.
Oh, Xbox Game Studios.
But yeah, this one I know I've played a good amount. Sports themes of family, history, and trauma.
That's actually really interesting.
Yeah. I remember hearing a lot. I could see this game winning because I do remember hearing a lot about it. Because like that name I immediately recognize. Wanna Stop. That's made by the same guy who did the Stanley Parable. Davey Wendron, I believe is his name. And that it's pretty much like it's like a almost kind of like farming sim where you're one in a coffee shop, tea shop, drink shop, barista. But it's like in like a fantasy setting, but it has a lot of themes of like self-doubt and like pressure and kind of like that like that thing that was like there's like the manifestation of darkness, kind of like what like Celeste has, where it's like you have those feelings of darkness is represented by like an actual force. And a lot of media does that, but
that's really interesting.
Want to Stop is like for me, just because I love the games that Davey makes. That's my personal pick, but also I know I've heard a lot of good things about South of Midnight, and I'm sure all these games are good.
All these games sound really cool, so I'm glad that regardless of whichever one wins, they kind of get to be put on that stage of like, here are some games that fight for a certain change or bring
issues up to
awareness.
Yeah, awareness.
So it's kind of cool.
So next we have debut indie game. This is Blueprints, Clay Obscure Expedition 33, Deathbullet, Dispatch, and Megabonk. Have you what have you heard about?
I'm relatively familiar with I guess 4 of these now, except for Blueprints. I think I've heard that, but I don't know what it's about.
I can double check Blueprints, but what are your thoughts on the other ones?
Megabonk I know was one that popped up on Steam, and I've seen a couple people play, and it looks fun. It's another one of those like sword like combat like
thing.
Is
it Super Hot? Is that the one I'm thinking of?
No, it's not like that. It's more like medieval combat
sort
of thing. And I think it's like a quirky medieval combat thing, but it's like there's something with that. That's probably not a great description. Anyone who knows Superbomb could probably come up with a better one.
Yeah.
But, Dispatch I've seen from a lot about.
I really want to play that. I don't know much about it, but I know the final 2 episodes just came out for the season.
Dispatch was made from what I believe was ex-Telltale Game devs.
It's another studio too.
Yes, it's in that very similar style, but there's a lot of big people involved in it. I know, oddly enough, Moist Critical and then Jacksepticeye, 2 content creators, voice relatively prominent characters, and then the main character is played by Aaron Paul, who, for those unfamiliar, he portrayed Jesse in Breaking Bad.
Oh, I remember hearing about
that. But he does the voice of the main character, and like the more I hear about Aaron Paul, the cooler he sounds. And it's like I'm always hesitant to like call out actual celebrities because like you never know how celebrities are, but he seems relatively cool. So, like
I know the core gameplay loop is you're a dispatcher for like a superhero organization.
Yeah.
And you're pretty much managing your superhero team off of like who you think would be best for these crises. And from what I've heard, unlike I love a lot of Telltale games, but a lot of them it is no matter what choices you make, the same story is maybe like, oh now you have this character, that one. Apparently this one there are changes like that you have completely different storylines.
Right.
Different endings. I know the one I saw there's like a love triangle, and that could like fully change.
Yeah.
Because I think that happens like episode 4, and there's 8 episodes, I believe. And like that completely, one, you have like a different love interest for the rest of the game or the season. Because I think it's not confirmed, but they really want to make a second season.
Yeah.
And
it looks really interesting.
No, that's a game I would love to sit down and play on stream. I think that'd be a really fun one. I think it's on PS5. So that would be fun.
I know it is a little bit more
mature.
Mature.
I've heard a lot of people compare it to like stuff like Invincible.
Yeah, like Invincible, not like definitely not similar themes as it's a little bit more mature and it involves superheroes, but not to the same sadistic level of the boys.
Yeah, that's
but like kind of in that.
I've seen more people compare it to Invincible than the
I think Invincible is probably better
because that's a bit more toned down.
Yeah. Not everyone is terrible in Invincible. A lot of people are, but
not everyone. Blueprints. I remember seeing this game. You might recognize it. It's that game where it's like a puzzle game where you're in a mansion. Right. And it's constantly like shifting around.
Was that a Nintendo Direct or something like that?
I think it was at a State of Play because it's not did not come out on the Switch.
Oh, okay.
But no, I do remember.
I think I have seen that.
I do remember seeing that, but I don't have much to say on it. We've talked about Despelette a little bit,
and we'll talk about Clair Obscur.
Clair Obscur we're going to talk about a lot because that is a Game of the Year nominee. I have heard a lot of great things about that game though. In terms of debut indie, I think it's going to go to Dispatch. Maybe that has kind of the recent. I think
recency is a good thing for that, and it's just like people have been praising this game a lot. So it's like I feel like I don't know how they pick the nominees. I don't know if it's just like a selective like judges who
they have a jury that picks it,
and then but I think the people can vote on it too, and I don't think that has an impact. But I think it shows like
the player the community vote. They go to the website. I believe it's 15% of like the voting power is in the public's hands.
So basically, they can vote. Their vote counts for like one person, like whoever everyone decides. Versus everyone else on the jury has a vote, and then the entire internet has one.
There's about 100 people on the jury, so like we make up 50% of that.
Yeah.
So if it's like exactly 100 people, if it's exactly 100 people in the jury, we make up 15 of those people.
Right.
But I think it's not that clean. But also a lot of the people who are on the jury, people from like Variety magazine.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of people in the game industry. It's a lot of like magazines and like more like general public, which makes a lot of the choices make a lot more sense when you think about it.
Yeah.
It's why also it's like again that recency bias that plays a pretty big role into the Game Awards a lot of times. Like I remember the year Smash Ultimate ended up being in the 2019 Game Awards, but like it didn't win like any awards because it was like a year old at that point. So it's just kind of like where like really like it. I don't know why I say it should have, but I feel like it would have been like
probably would have at least won like one.
I feel like if it was in 2018, it would have won Game of the Year,
or at least Fighting Game of the Year.
I think it did win Fighting Game of the Year 2019, but like I feel like it should have been nominated in a lot more categories than it did.
Yeah.
But because of it being a year old, I think that's kind of why it happened. I will say I like that they have best debut indie game and then they have best indie game.
Just for like indie studios, which is like kind of neat.
Yeah, debut indie game is this is a fourth game, and then best indie game is any of them.
Yeah.
And I always like that they have two different ones. Best debut indie games a newer category they've brought in the last few years. Next we have community support, which is Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, and No Man's Sky. I feel like you know a lot more about these games than I do.
The only one I'm not as familiar with is Final Fantasy 14, but I know that's just like the concurrent online Final Fantasy thing, and it's like I know people still like that game.
Yeah. I know they just dropped a huge update for that game.
Fortnite. So Baldur's Gate 3 is interesting because that came out last year, right?
Yeah.
I think not.
Was that one game of the year last year?
I think it did. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it did. So
no, last year was Astropod.
Oh no!
That's why
the year before. I can't remember. I know Baldur's. I don't know.
I can look because that's why I bought a PS5.
Yeah.
Baldur's. Go ahead, keep going.
But so no, for Baldur's Gate, I could definitely see. I feel like, not to say the game isn't popular because I don't play Baldur's Gate. I think that'd be better for someone who's in that community. I feel like as an outsider looking in, the hype has kind of died down, and it's like kind of dipped back into that. Okay, the people who love Baldur's Gate are like still playing it, but like everyone else has kind of like moved on. Fortnite is really interesting because
You just had the Simpsons update.
no, the
Well, it's ongoing.
the Simpsons update is really funny.
I kind of want to. That looks really fun
I know
to play
people
around.
have mixed opinions on Fortnite and how like um
It's
it's
kind of becoming a Roblox.
yeah, it's kind of becoming Roblox. It's kind of becoming a mashup of like every franchise you can imagine, with some exceptions, has representation, and it's like there's an argument there of like, oh, they're just trying to get as much money from as many different sources as they can by
Yeah.
like making a K-pop Demon Hunter skin, for example. Like
Yeah.
someone who really likes K-pop Demon Hunters might log into Fortnite after not playing in a while just to buy the skin,
And then proceeding to not play the game.
or like making a freaking Bob's Burger skin, for example, too.
It's throwing my log into the game to buy it, and then proceed to not play the game.
But if so, I can see that argument. I don't hate Fortnite. I have nothing.
At this point, I love just what it is. I don't like other companies trying to imitate it.
Yeah, I
Like,
think that
like Warzone, Call of Duty
Okay.
Warzone is trying. PUBG, I'll give PUBG a bit because I feel like that is like the Fortnite rival.
Yeah.
So like that they've both been there at the beginning, but then like Call of Duty Warzone, like Call of Duty was never this,
Yeah.
and now they're trying to like you have like Beavis and Butthead in it and stuff. And it's like this. I'm not big into Call of Duty, but even I'm kind of like upset of like what are you doing here?
It's
It's
just
not
like,
Call
I
of
feel like
Duty.
those games had a chance to like stay in their niche and like especially PUBG and like go for like, okay,
Sonic and PUBG
Yeah,
Activity Toilet.
Fortnite can be the
Wacky crossover game.
yeah, and then PUBG could be like the more serious interpretation of that, but then they put freaking Skippy Toilet
God,
into
I'm so okay.
the game.
So I'm gonna talk about Fortnite real quick. So they did a Sonic collab with Fortnite,
Yeah, that's shoes.
and it's the freaking Puma shoes, and I'm like, that alone gives me more credit to freaking PUBG because like at least they Sonic, I guess you can hire like NPCs in PUBG,
Mhm.
and they'll follow around and fight for you, and you have a Sonic that will run around and home and attack your foes. And then go and and he gets one super and everything if you collect the chaos stuff. I'm like, that's so sick. Why didn't Fortnite do like anything? Like, why would you just be like? I feel like this is more like Puma. Puma had to deal with.
Yeah, and it just so happened.
Be like the Sonic shoes.
This has happened before in Fortnite though, because like the little bit amount of time there were things that happened that was like, oh, why didn't they do this? And then like a year or two later, they like actually did something with it, and it was like, oh, they were clearly waiting or they had bigger plans. So it's like I would still hold out that they probably will do a Sonic thing.
I feel like they could get away with doing a Sonic like event. Maybe not Sonic season
Yeah.
of The Simpsons, but I feel like you could have like a week-long event based on Sonic because
Mm-hmm.
he's big enough, especially now. Like 35th anniversary is next year,
Yeah.
and like it would I would do a Fort no.
Was Solid Snake in Fortnite?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he got added during the what was it, Bounty Hunter season.
Yeah. I feel like they need a little bit more than just the Simpsons season. As cool as that is, like I've seen a lot of stuff from that and it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
They probably need a little bit more than that, especially considering like I feel like Helldivers 2. I can't remember if they
I
were
never got there about Helldivers.
I can't remember if they were at the Game Awards last year. I think
They announced an update.
that's what it was.
I know that because I remember that was the first time I ever saw the game.
I feel like Helldivers is definitely one of those games where like I still see people playing that game a lot.
I can see Helldivers 2 winning.
And then No Man's Sky also had big updates this year.
They
too.
did because they also announced a massive. They had the Game Awards and it came out this year. They had like not the final, but they were like this could be the last like big content one we probably do, and like we probably won't do another one this big because those folks are on
Side other games.
the new game that we'll see if it actually does fulfill the promise of something they plan to do. If it does, I think it'd be a really cool game.
So I think it's
I think it would probably either be Helldivers 2 or Final Fantasy 14 again.
I just don't know enough about that game to say whether it can, but I know the community.
It also had a big update this year.
Okay.
Honestly, now I'm thinking about it, there's actually a lot of contenders.
Yeah, it's pretty stacked for at least community support. Like I could easily see any of them winning and being like, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. But no, yeah. So next one we have is Best Adaptation, and so this is a Minecraft movie, Devil May Cry, Splinter Cell Death Watch, The Last of Us Season 2, and Until Dawn. I just have one thing to ask. Why isn't Sonic 3 here? I don't want. That's the only thing I want to talk about in this category. because it came out. Yes, it came out December 20th of 2024, but
But it's still.
it's in so like we talked about earlier with Smash Ultimate.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it missed the cutoff to be a part of this year that year's Game Awards, last year's Game Awards. So it qualifies for this one.
It kind of just falls through the cracks.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Like I feel like most game adaptation, even like Sonic 2, if it was like this, I probably wouldn't be as upset. But this was like the biggest Sonic movie. It was one of the bigger movies just from last year alone.
Arguably the most video gamey the Sonic movies have been.
Like the highest rated video game adaptation, period, TV show or movie. The fact that like this more like in like semantics, its theatrical one lasted longer than most Hollywood films. It lasted up to like into like March.
Yeah, which is impressive.
Which is like longer than most. Like I know you can still see the movie like even in our local area, like in like late February. I'm like that's crazy. Normally like nowadays like after a month you're out, even if you're like Marvel. Like it's but it's my Minecraft movie's gonna win. I
really hope Last of Us season.
It's either gonna be that or Last of Us season 2.
Because setting the precedent of the Minecraft movie winning would really upset me. Because again, this podcast has become an unintentional forum for my opinions on the Minecraft movie.
Yeah, it's the last two episodes.
I've discussed it, but I would be very upset if it won.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like be protesting the Game Awards, but I would be like, really? Because like, did any of you who voted for this actually watch that movie?
Mm-hmm.
That would be my thing.
Yeah, but I think it's either gonna be that or Last season 2. So other two are just not as big.
Yeah. You know what? Devil May Cry. You know what? I think it would just be funny.
Yeah, the show you didn't know came out till we looked through the list.
I mean, that's half of these things, honestly.
That's true.
I didn't know there was a VR Deadpool game that came out this year.
You didn't know about Deadpool VR?
No.
Well, that's a great way to go into our best VR and AR games. We had Alien Rogue Incursion, Arcane Age, Deadpool VR, Ghost Town, and The Midnight Walk. I do not own a VR headset anymore.
And I do, but I'm sure it can't play many, if any, of these games.
Yeah. I don't think there's much to say.
Yeah, I mean,
I've heard good things on the Deadpool VR game.
I'm sure that could be fun.
That's all, but that was like very beginning of this year it came out.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm going to say, unfortunately.
I feel like just the concept, I'm sure this isn't the first time they've done an Alien VR game, but if it is, even at that, like, the Alien Isolation games have always been, like, really, like, praised on how, like, scary they are and how cool it is, because, like, those concepts from the movies are really cool, so, like, I could totally see that winning. I don't know about any of the other ones.
Yeah, like, what is Arcane Age? What is this?
Ghost Town. What is Ghost Town?
Look up Arcane Age. That's a PSVR game. Like a fantasy. It's like a sci-fi fantasy looking game. Kind of reminds me of like Horizon Dawn. It's like a first-person shooter, sword fighter. Let's go.
Not the 2008 Ricky Gervais comedy movie. I do love that movie though.
Yeah. Ghost Town is an adventure game with a claymation art style. This looks cute.
No, don't bring me to the Steam app. I'm good. I don't want to play the VR game on my phone.
So no AR games then. Ghost Town's also a VR game.
Dang it. Yeah, it is a VR game.
Yeah, so no augmented reality games.
You're telling me AR is a fad?
I think VR is a
I think they're both a fad.
Okay.
I feel like VR will become less of a fad when it is
More viable.
Yeah,
like,
more
like cloud
viable.
streaming.
Yeah.
No. Oh, I guess on that note, let's go to the best strategy / simulation game. This is Civilization 7, Final Fantasy Tactics, The Inviolus Chronicles, Jurassic World Evolution 3, The Altars, Tempest Rising, and The Go 2-Point Museum.
Is that the Sega?
Yes.
What? Okay.
I love the 2-Point series, man. They make like a new one each year, and it's won several of these categories.
I just feel bad because I don't know if it's like marketing or the art style just doesn't jive with me. Every time I see a 2-Point game, my mind instantly goes to Switch shovelware game. Every time I see it,
it is kind of like it kind of has like Pixar human vibe. I kind of see what you're like. They're like generic CGI humans kind of vibe. I see what you're saying. They're fun. They're fun little like wacky simulation games.
I mean, they have to be good. They've at least appeared on the
They've made like
board.
several games. Yeah, no, they're really fun, and they go on sale. No, they're nothing. I like unless you're die hard into. I wouldn't pay like I think they come up like $40. I've always bought them like a few months later when they're like on sale like 15, 10. But they are quality games. Similar. I have Civ 7. I don't remember. I remember hearing a lot of people talk about it before it came out, and then once it came out, I haven't heard a lick about it. No one likes the new Final Fantasy Tactics game.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what the heck a Jurassic World Evolution 3 is. And I don't know. I'll at least we've googled some other stuff. I will Google the Alters. Let's see what
I'll do Tempest Rising.
The Alters is a sci-fi survival game where you play as. You're a sole survivor of a crash expedition on a solar planet. It's like a third-person over-the-shoulder. This actually looks kind of cool. This might be a game I look into. This seems kind of cool.
Tempest Rising.
Oh my. Okay, so you're the lone survivor of a crash expedition on a hostile planet. You're collecting these materials that lets you create alters, which are alternate versions of yourself from past decisions, and those are your crew members to try to repair your ship and get off the planet. This seems like a really cool concept, actually.
So Tempest Rising, I'm saying this verbatim to the Wikipedia page. Tempest Rising is set in the same universe as Bombshell. No idea what that is. And begins around 100 years before the events of Ion Fury. No idea what that is. I'm assuming those are also games, and then Tempest Rising is set as 1997 in an alternate version of history in which the Cuban Missile Crisis of 1962 was not resolved peacefully. Ooh. Exacerbated diplomatic tensions from this event led to a Third World War where the use of nuclear weapons. It's basically like not Fallout, but more of a strategy game.
Okay, neat. I won't lie, the Alters, I'm gonna look that up on the PS5. That seems like a really cool game.
Yeah.
That actually seems really cool.
You know what? They'll probably win then.
We'll root for that game. So I'll probably
2-point museum.
That and 2-point museums. I'm a big fan of the 2-point games.
Yeah.
Next we got best sports / racing game. This features EA Sports FC 26, F1's 25, Mario Kart World, Rematch, and Sonic Racing Cross Worlds.
Let's be honest.
Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. Shut up.
We know what.
Shut up. Shut up.
You don't even know.
Shut up. I'll sit for the rest of the podcast situation. You agree with me? You think I will? I'm not, because I'm not going to ruin the episode. But
I wasn't even going to say anything about Mario Kart World. I was just going to say this category is just a race between Sonic Racing Cross Worlds and Mario Kart World. You got so defensive. So now I'm inclined to say that I want Mario Kart World to win just because of how defensive you got over your stupid Sonic Racing game.
Oh, we're getting Whisper and Tangle.
Cool.
I guess they don't.
I think I care about.
I guess they don't qualify for next year's Game Awards.
Yeah.
Darn.
Yeah, you would have had me there.
We'll see Sonic Racing for best ongoing game next year.
Yeah, I'm sure we will. It's definitely not going to die in a few months after.
Well, it has more people playing than Mario Kart World right now.
Yeah, but they just need to release a content update for that.
Play it.
And also, like, all the people who've been holdouts and they're like, I'll get it for Christmas. They're going to start playing it during Christmas.
No, you're right. No, I do. Mario Kart World, I think, is the best Mario Kart game. I truly, it feels like such a fresh breath of fresh air. I was saying that backwards. After playing Mario Kart 8 for the last decade. And I love Mario Kart 8, but it's so refreshing to play this new innovation of Mario Kart. I love that game so much. But it was very much a game I put a lot of time into it, and then I just kind of stopped playing.
Mm-hmm.
And granted, like, it's more of like a party, like, kart game. You're gonna play with friends. And I do have the Sonic bias. I do know this.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say, I find myself coming back to Sonic Racing Cross Worlds more often, just to like play like a quick round or two, than Mario Kart World. And I feel like that's not. I'm sure, especially at the beginning, I'm trying to unlock everything. That was because of that Sonic bias. But generally for me, I do think probably it's like I just prefer the more arcadey. I really like that Sonic leans more to that arcadey racing vibes.
Mm-hmm.
And like I'm a big fan of like the Cruise and Blast games playing Nintendo, and I really like what they delve into there. And I think that's why for me Sonic Racing, and then we'll get all these free content updates. Hopefully Nintendo's gonna do something. But right
I hope
now,
so. I mean, I can see the future where they do release something, but I also see that like, I they
I hope it's not a booster course pass situation where they're like,
no, I feel like
5 years later.
they could leave this game for 5 years and probably still make a lot of money from it,
Yeah.
and only after when
Like,
it like
98% of Switch 2 users have a copy of Mario Kart 8.
Yeah.
Or Mario Kart World.
and granted pack and title technically
Yes.
because it was cheaper to buy it with it packed in.
Yeah.
So like but it's still impressive that like nearly 100% of the Switch's user base has that game.
Mm-hmm.
And arguably, you could probably say everyone who has anyone who has ever played a Switch 2 has probably played that game.
Probably.
Maybe if they don't own it, they've probably
played Game Share and all that good stuff.
Which is very impressive.
No, it's I'm excited to see the numbers for the holiday season with Pokemon because the sidebar bit, but so Pokemon Legends ZA that first weekend it sold I believe it was like 6 million copies, something like that. They said over half of that was Switch 2 copies, and I'm like to me that is like I feel like you're going to see big boost sales, especially that bundle of people buying a Switch 2 just for Pokemon. I'm sure a lot of it was pre-existing buyers, but I personally know some people like I'm not going to buy a Switch 2 until Pokemon comes out.
Honestly, I don't know. I still might be a holdout.
I'm gonna get ZA by the holidays. I might be a Black Friday pickup for me.
I'm tempted of just buying the Switch version, but I'm also like, do I really want to buy the Switch 2 version and just have it, just so it's like...
Honestly, we get out because the Switch 2 cartridges work on the Switch 1. It was a Switch 2 edition, so like, we should just go halvesies on it. And I just want because after I play through it on stream, I'm not gonna want to play through it again.
You know what? I'd be fine with that. In terms of racing, you know what I think is gonna happen? I think Sonic.
Oh,
I don't know about
I don't know either.
I feel like there's not as... I feel like you have to do the clickbaity, like the Mario or the Sonic.
It's either Mario Sonic, yeah.
And I think Sonic is gonna win racing, but I think Mario is gonna win family.
Family. Is that the next?
That's not the next one.
Let's skip ahead real quick. Well,
okay.
So basically, alright, so best family game is the one...
2 whole Lego games, which is really funny to me.
Okay, so we have Donkey Kong Bonanza, Lego Party, Lego Voyagers.
Actually, we should play through Lego Voyagers. It looks really fun.
We should play through Lego Party too.
Mm.
That's a really good game. But Mario Kart World, Sonic Racing Chronicles, and Split Fiction.
I feel bad for Split Fiction because I feel like if you put this in like adventure category, I could see it having a fighting chance. I feel like Nintendo is the dominates.
Yeah.
It's
the Nintendo award.
Yeah. Unless you're Astrobot, in which you also didn't Astrobot also win?
No, it was a Nintendo. I think
really?
Echoes of Wisdom won.
Oh, okay. I thought it did. Okay.
No, it was nominated for it, but Astrobot won like 10 awards last year.
No, they did.
Sometimes they're like, okay, we gotta at least
we gotta not be too biased.
I want to see my thoughts for Bonanza when we get to Game of the Year because I'll talk about that a lot there. I have not heard much about Voyagers until I was like the actual reveal for it a couple months back, but it looked neat. It was something I was interested in. Lego Party looks like it looked like some people who like grew up playing the Mario Party games, but they're like, okay, let's genuinely like actually make like a new game in this genre, not just like it's not
Mario
just
Party clone.
Not just a Mario Party clone. It looks so fun. It really uses the Lego theme in really well. I wanted to like play that game like on Steam. It's like $20. It's a cheap game. And like it doesn't have as much content as the Mario Party, especially the newer ones.
Well,
but like
we'll take Mario Party 7 off the streaming
part of me wants to do Lego Party at the charity event, but I don't know. I think Mario Party is too much of a crowd favorite. Yeah, and then like we just talked about Mario Kart and Sonic Racing a good bit. I think you're right.
I just don't see Split Fiction winning Family Game. Maybe
you'll.
I don't see it.
I don't know. I think you're right. I think Split Fiction will probably win Best Game Direction.
Is it on Best Game Direction?
Yeah, it's on a lot of the higher tier ones.
It is on Adventure Game. Oh yeah,
it's on Adventure Game. Well, but there's a lot of stuff there. But we'll get to that in a bit.
Yeah.
It's towards the Best Family Game. I think it's either gonna be Mario Kart World or Bonanza doesn't win Game of the Year. It'll be Bonanza. Yeah. I think Bonanza will be.
Yeah, I think that's the consolation prize for Bonanza because I don't think Bonanza's winning Game of the Year. But we'll get into that later.
Okay, so let's go back to best RPGs where we left off.
Yes. No, Pokemon. Anyways,
we can let's cover this show.
The Outer Wilds. The poor saps at Outer Wilds who got to be used as the $80 game, and then Xbox said, you know what? I take it back, and they gave people their money back. I feel like just the bad taste that left.
Yeah, the Outer Worlds.
I don't think it's winning.
I heard the game is like a good sequel to the Outer Worlds.
Well, the Outer Worlds is a concept. Like the first game, I remember hearing about it, and it's a really cool concept.
Yeah.
And from what I understand, like I think the second one was also good. But I just think that negative press of that is not going to do it any favors.
I heard great things about Monster Hunter Wilds, but that was the game like it kind of came and went.
Yeah.
Avowed, I heard great things about. It came and went.
Mm-hmm.
Kingdom Come Deliverance.
I feel like it'll probably be Kingdom Come Deliverance.
It'll probably be that, or Clay of Scores probably gonna be Game of the Year. It'll probably be Kingdom Come Deliverance too for best RPG. I think that's pretty. I've heard a lot about it from my friend Lucas.
Mm-hmm. Friend of the channel.
I don't know much about. I remember hearing him talk a lot about the fourth game. I have played the fourth game a little bit. But it's either probably down to that. Maybe they'll throw Monster Hunter a bone. I guess I can see that.
Oh shoot! I forgot. There's best community and best ongoing.
Yeah.
I completely forgot. Oh yeah, then Final Fantasy's definitely winning community support because I always hear about like the devs really care about that.
Yeah.
Game. Granted, you have that with Helldivers as well and No Man's Sky, but like
I think the next one's best ongoing game, which is No Man's Sky, Marvel Rivals, Helldivers 2, Fortnite, and Final Fantasy 14.
Marvel Rivals.
I think it'll probably be Marvel Rivals.
They just got another big. I don't know if it's update, but they had like trailers and stuff. It's probably gonna be.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, they just announced a few new characters that's probably going to cut. Honestly, they'll probably shadow drop them doing the game.
Marvel Rivals is pretty much just the new Overwatch. Like, what Overwatch was in, like, 2016 up until, like, 18. Yeah.
Overwatch 2. We've all seen the Total Tunes video.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, it'll probably be, like, I don't know much else to say that we didn't always say with the community. Probably Marvel Rivals. If not that, Final Fantasy 14, especially since they just had that massive update.
Mm-hmm.
Or Helldivers.
Oh, I know what's gonna win best mobile game, but there was a Persona 5 mobile game this year.
Yeah, the Phantom X.
I must have missed that.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Anyway, you said you go ahead.
It's gonna be the horse racing game.
Oh yeah.
The horse racing game is winning.
Oh, the moment I saw it's gonna be pretty dorky. I was shocked to see Sonic Rumble on. That barely made the cutoffs. That just came out.
Did that even come out? I know you were saying
it just came out. And I haven't even played because they took so long. The hype just died for me.
Yeah,
I did enjoy it, but
I like Sonic Fall Guys.
Yeah, it's really. I had a lot of fun when I played it like 2 years ago when Wario, they first released it, or like the little demo, and I did have a lot of fun with it, and it felt like a fairly complete game. So I don't know what all they've added in the last 2 years, but like the hype's completely died for me, and I heard it's riddled with microtransactions. It's all cosmetics, but it's still just like apparently it's like. We're talking about like apparently it's like $40 skins, which is like what? That's and I thought that's probably more Wario or Sega trying to recoup the cost of the game being so long to develop.
Yeah,
but like
it's not how you do it.
Yeah, but
just release a $40 game, Sega. It's a much better deal.
But I don't know, Sega. I feel it's more of a Wario thing. Because Sega's always been really good with mobile games.
I really hope Sega does turn around Wario because especially in recent years,
Angry Birds 3.
Same. Give me Angry Birds Space, please. That's all I want.
Ooh.
No, I want the original. That's all I want. I don't want the stupid sequels.
Oh, they actually made a sequel to Space?
No, but I don't want them to. I want the original. I want the chance to play the original again. It's not on the collection, Joey.
Is it not?
No, that's Star Wars.
No, it's Rio and Seasons. That's what's on the collection. My bad.
Well, anyway, rant about
but yeah, mobile game it'll be pretty dorky. I was more just shocked to see Sonic Rumble at all. It literally made the cutoff probably about like a day.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that was on there. Best independent game.
Song.
Best fighting game. QXKO.
Talk about indie games. I'm torn. Because I feel like...
I want Hades 2 to win. I like Hades.
I know Hades and Hades 2. That's, like, again, another strong contender for, like, game. I feel like independent game will be whoever doesn't win, because like 3 of the top contenders are independent games for game of the year, which is awesome.
That's yeah,
we love that. But whoever like is the runner-up will get best indie game, because that's the extension of that. Is like
it'll probably be Holiday Silk Song. I think Expedition 33 is going to win over Holiday
probably.
Silk Song.
I have a feeling Silk Song, but
Expedition 33 has been has sent ripple waves throughout this whole year.
mm-hmm.
Well, Silk Song, when it hit, it had a hard splash, but like it did one big splash, and I honestly like I put nothing about.
Break every storefront though.
It didn't, but it also broke up a lot of records, and on top of that, a lot of news outlets were talking about it. It's a lot of the same news outlets that were talking that are on the jury.
Yeah.
Well, yes, a lot of them talk about the stores crashing, but they talk about the game itself. Not really.
Yeah.
Still felt like that. I think I had that big splash, but then after that week, I didn't really hear anyone talk about it.
I still hear people talking about it, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah. But we'll see. I my personal pick would be Hades 2, but I know that ain't gonna make it. But that one is either gonna be Clear Obscure or Hollow Knight Silk Song. I think it's gonna be Silk Song.
For art direction? Best art direction?
I have to look. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I feel. Oh well, there's Ghosts of Yote.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there.
So next we have. Wait, God, I lost fighting game. So, okay, I had this problem last year, and I want to have this again. 2 of these are fighting game collections, and last year, and don't get me wrong, I love Capcom Fighting Collection 1, and 2 is even better because it has Power Stone in it, and it won last year. Fighting Collection 1.
Yeah.
But I can't remember what it was. There was like several fighting games that could have been added, and I don't from last year. I don't remember which ones. This year, I'm not sure there are, but I'm sure there was. I don't really. I'm remakes, whatever. That's fine. I'm not the biggest fan of just here's not just 1 but 2 collections, and you know it's going to be one of those 2 that win. Because like you're talking about like
popular.
Marvel Fighting Collection 2 has like Marvel vs. Capcom 2, Power Stone, Rival Schools. Like it's like
I feel like
winning.
collection should be omitted from.
Or have a best game collection category.
Right.
Those collections.
I feel like
you have enough to do that.
Again, I think it goes back to that argument of like, should DLC be included? I don't think it should be included with the regular titles,
But there should be a category. There's enough. You have enough. Like see, like you have like
just get rid of all 5 of the Well, I can't say that. The reason why there are so many esports is because they sponsor the Game Awards. That's what it is.
Well, they can just add another category. They just added more all the time. But I don't really have a choice for this one. I
don't play many fighting games.
I'll go with Fatal Fury because I have a lot of respect for that series.
Yeah.
We talk about Best Family. Best Action + Adventure game. We have Death Stranding 2 on the beach. Also, I've never heard of this subtitle.
I haven't heard that subtitle
until this. And I'm like, I'm assuming it was a subtitle that got like, it was like when you
sidelined or.
Well, I feel like it's probably when you first started the game.
Yeah.
It got revealed, and now it's revealed. Like maybe it's kind of like a Thunderbolt: The New Avengers kind of thing.
I think you're probably right.
But Death Stranding 2 on the beach, Ghost of Yote, Hollow Knight Silk Song, Indiana Jones: The Great Circle, and Split Fiction. I'm rooted for Split Fiction, a game I've never played, but I think it's such a cool looking game.
I think if Indiana Jones wins anything, it would probably be this one, but I just don't know, because I've heard good things about Death Stranding, great things about Ghost of Yote. Hollow Knight could still win this one as well.
Yeah.
I think Hollow Knight's probably going to win Indy, but
definitely
it still could do this one, but I don't know.
I think this one it's hard to pick one. Unfortunately, I don't think it's gonna be Split Fiction.
Yeah.
Because that game it came and went. Indiana Jones: Great Circle. The fact that that's being brought up here just a test of how popular that game was. Yeah. Because that game came out like January.
I do really want to play that game.
I played the demo. It's a lot of fun, and I've watched. It's a good game. I don't feel like I remember hearing much people talk about Death Stranding after it came out.
Yeah.
Ghost of Yote, granted, that did like come out like a week or 2 ago, but I still hear people talk about that. Silk Song, like, so you still kind of hear some of the ripple effects of that.
I feel like there's going to be a lot of upsets this year.
Yeah. This is a big year. It was a big year for gaming. Going to Best Action, we have Battlefield 6. Doom the Dark Ages, no. Hades 2, probably.
Thumbs down.
Ninja Gaiden. I don't know. No, people did not like that game.
Yes, they did.
What?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Are we thinking of the... Hold on. I might be thinking of it. Didn't wasn't that the whole thing that Battlefield was built up to be the Battlefield 6 game that was like, hey, everyone tired of Call of Duty, the Call of Duty shenanigans? Do you want a game that's actually good like Battlefield 6? I swear that's been built up and it recently came out and people have liked it. Am I thinking of a different game?
Maybe I don't. I got a 7 out of 10 on Steam, which is good. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm thinking I'm thinking of the Battlefield 2066 or whatever.
Yeah, that was
the really bad one.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of that one. I don't know crap about this game. Don't listen to me.
I don't want to get people mad because I'm just like, I feel like that's at least an.
I know Doom: The Dark Ages was kind of
Really?
People when it came out, they're like, yeah, this is okay, but nowhere near.
I have a lot of respect for the Doom.
Nowhere near as good as Doom and Doom Eternal.
Yeah.
Apparently it's very much like it's still a good game, but like the other two are like so high up, it just did not reach those heights. Ninja Gaiden 4 I didn't hear great things about.
Ninja Gaiden and Shinobi are so funny to see.
Shinobi Art of Vengeance, it's such a great game. That was a game like it kind of came and went, but I remember when it did come, the audience who like wants those games, people like raving like this is such a phenomenal game.
If Battlefield 6 doesn't win this, I have a feeling Hades 2 will probably win this.
Yeah, Hades 2. Maybe if I'm lucky, freaking Shinobi wins. But
this next one I feel very sad about because I have not heard any of the music from any of these games.
It's gonna be Clear Obscure.
Maybe.
I would bet if I'm gonna bet money on any of these, I would bet money on best score music, Clear Obscure, because the soundtrack for that game, that's what I play the most by that game. It is phenomenal. I'm not someone who really sits down and listens to soundtracks of like games or films.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really care to do that. Clear Obscure's soundtrack is really good.
I'll take your word.
It is phenomenal, and honestly, I look at all these. They all I haven't listened.
I'm sure
to
they all have great soundtracks.
I don't really know about Death Stranding 2. I feel like there's more like atmosphere focused, which is pretty good. But I've heard a good amount of Ghost Yotes, Hades 2, and Silk Songs. Those are all great ones too.
Mm-hmm.
Clear Obscure, that is like one of its crown achievements at that score. If it wins anything, it is winning best score in music.
Oh, okay, never mind. I just realized I missed something, but we'll talk about it in a second.
Okay. Best performance. So next category.
So I forgot the
3 Clear Obscures.
Well, yeah, I mean, honestly, I kind of wish that they don't get this because you talked about Troy Baker a little bit a second ago.
I really want him to win.
But I didn't even realize I think for Silent Hill F, I think that's the main person who does the voice for the main character you play as in Silent Hill F.
Yeah.
I didn't play that game. I saw a playthrough of it, but it looks so cool and it's really cool. So I hope if anything, like if Silent Hill F wins anything, they're also in best narrative in like the Silent Hill games.
I can see that winning best narrative.
But also I have seen Troy Baker's performance and he does an amazing job emulating Harrison Ford. Especially in the recreation of that scene from the first movie.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Troy Baker killed us in Indiana Jones. And not to put down on the phenomenal cast of Clear Obscure, they have 3 of them up here, and I've watched a good amount of cutscenes for that game. That game has a really good story. So yeah. Ghost Yote I haven't posted too much about, but I know those are really good. It is made by Sucker Punch, and I trust that team to
Is Clear Obscure the game where they all have Scottish accents?
Mm-hmm.
I have heard of that game. Then okay. I did. Okay, then they might win Best Performance too, because that was the biggest thing I heard about them was the Scottish accents, and that game is really cool and how they do all that stuff. Yeah, and maybe
But my personal is for Indiana Jones and Troy
Baker.
I was so happy to see because I did not think it was going to show up. When I saw that, I popped off.
Yeah.
Best narrative, I think that's down to either Silent Hill, Death Stranding, or Clear Obscure.
The one I didn't see on Best Multiplayer, but I'm glad it's here. Peak is gonna win.
Oh, Peak is up here.
Yeah, I didn't. So I looked through this list and I didn't think Peak was even.
But I thought I'll be Peak.
And we had talked about it, we were like, it is kind of. I think it's kind of still in development.
It's technically not fully released.
And it's there have been games up here before that have.
But
again, we argued that Peak it's made money. It's hugely popular still. Like they just had another new update,
Yeah.
which we need to play, by the way. It's really fun.
Gotcha. I have not played Peak in a few months.
We should play it again.
But we have Split. I can see it probably either be in Peak or Split Fiction.
Arc. If it wasn't for the fact that Arc Raiders just came out, like I feel like that's a game that like there was there's because a few of our friends have been talking about it.
Really?
It's pretty popular. It's basically like
Is that not the AI game?
No, that. What are you talking about?
Give me a second. Yeah, that's the game that has a bunch of AI voices. That game's had a lot of controversy. I was kind of shocked to see
it. It has a few, but I've heard from the people who've actually played it and know that team because it's the same team that made the game The Finals, which is another game that
I've only poured that in name, but okay.
From all that, yes, they do use some of it, but that game is also about the robots taking over and there being an uprising. So, for if any game to use that, I would say that game probably has the best excuse. I don't know. I would say ultimately, yes, there is an argument to be made there about use real voice actors, but
that's all I haven't heard anything about Arc Raiders except for the controversy of the AI voices, so I don't know anything about the game.
Yeah.
I was just shocked to see it.
I also believe you could turn them off, from what I understand. I think that it's an I think there are certain characters who use them, but I don't think it's like I know there was an interesting circumstance with it where it wasn't just, oh, we're just going to use this to use it. I might be mistaken. I don't know a whole lot about that game. I'm just mostly secondhand, but anyways, to beat the dead horse, I feel like you have Battlefield 6, you have Elden Ring Night Rain, which I have not heard much about at all, and then Split Fiction again, but I think it's
gonna be Peak.
Peak is
definitely. People didn't really care for Night Rain. It was good.
I feel like people are probably just getting fatigued with.
Well, I know a lot of people are worried about the Switch 2 exclusive that studio's making because it's supposed to be the same kind of gameplay style as Elden Ring Night Rain, and it was good, but not great. So people because it's a multiplayer combat game, and the combat in the game wasn't great, but we'll see how that is for Switch. But no. So next you have Best Game Direction, which I feel like kind of like second place for Game of the Year a lot of times. So I feel like this. I feel like it'll probably be either Death Stranding or Ghost of Yotei.
Probably.
I think Hades 2 and Split Fiction are going to be in other categories that they're going to win. So I feel like this will either be one of those two, or if Donkey Kong Bonanza wins Game of the Year, it'll be Clamp Score Expedition 33, which is actually going to happen. Going to Best Audio Design, since I haven't actually played any of these games, it's hard for me to say. If I were going to guess, I would say either Battlefield or Silent Hill.
I will say, as someone who has seen like a playthrough of Silent Hill, that game sounds terrifying as well as actually being terrifying. Yeah. So I would say, also it being the only one that I've seen, I would say Silent Hill there because like that's a big thing you have to nail in horror games is like the atmosphere of that.
That's why the other one I said was Battlefield because. Though you're like, oh, it's gun and noises, you really have you have to nail down that vibe, and there was a lot that goes into the sound design for that. So that's another one. Like Battlefield 6-1, I wouldn't be upset, but also I think Silent Hill, I think that's a good contender as well.
Yeah.
Best art direction, I think we kind of talk about they're probably either Hades 2 or Hollow Knight Silksong.
Honestly, yeah, I feel like those two have a strong hold in this. Maybe even Ghost of Yotei. But
Ghost of Yotei I could see too, but. I feel like it kind of those.
In hindsight, Donkey Kong Bonanza really stole a spot for Ghosts of Yotei or Silent Hill F because they're in this for like a lot of like the bigger.
But that's part of because they've done this some years where like the Game of the Year isn't nominated for a lot of things.
Yeah.
So that's kind of probably like Bonanza might be kind of a surprise win.
Maybe.
Like
that would be really fun.
we'll get to the Game of the Year. So this is the big one. We have Clamp Score Expedition 33. Death Stranding 2 on the beach.
It's still
Donkey Kong Bonanza, Hades 2, Hollow Knight Silksong, and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. So we've talked a lot about Clamp Score Expedition 33. I think this is the obvious pick.
Well, I think especially looking at like them being nominated for other things, Kingdom Come Deliverance has also only been nominated for one other thing. I feel like that's an easy one to like say probably not that one.
Yeah.
I think I would also throw out Hades 2 and probably Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Mm-hmm.
But I could see an argument for it being a surprise one. I think Death Stranding 2, I heard someone point out it's the year of sequels, other than like Donkey Kong Bonanza, and I don't think Clair Obscura is a...
No, exactly. That's a debut indie game.
Yeah, okay.
That's a whole new thing.
So it's really funny to think about. I know like you have Kojima with Death Stranding, and like he is a really prolific game director, and like
I don't
he made
think,
a lot of great things.
I don't think that's a big game of the year. I still thought that game made its big of a splash.
I don't think so either. Not as much as like the first one did, because I remember
the fourth one didn't win game of the year either.
No, but even at that one had like that was relevant for like a good while.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like
This one, it made its splash and then it moved on.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like for me personally, and I don't know much about Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, so I'm not going to talk about it much, so that might be more in the fight than I realized.
Maybe.
But to me, it's between Clair Obscura, Donkey Kong Bonanza, and Hollow Knight Silksong.
Mm-hmm.
I think those are the three real contenders.
I think so too, yeah.
And really, I think Silksong, especially with it being in so many other categories, I feel like it's going to win like Best Indie or win some other ones we talked about. Clair Obscura is also in a ton of categories. Just looking at just the pure numbers, not even looking at like the actual game's quality, and then Bonanza. So for me, Donkey Kong Bonanza, I think it's the best 3D platformer Nintendo's ever made. Like by a long shot. I mean, from the story as a really nice, fun, like heartwarming story. Every level is like tons of secrets to find, a lot of fun. The Bonanza transformations, the music, the direction, the art style, every world being so visually different, the whole vibe of being underground, and the further you go down, the crazier the layers get.
Right.
You have the whole finale to the game, which is insane with the King K. Rool reveal and all of that. Spoilers, I guess, if you haven't played the game yet. I'll be shocked if you didn't know that by now. You have all the post-game content, you have, it's very Mario Odyssey, as we have all of these,
It definitely feels like the new gen Odyssey. Because it's the same team, right?
It's the Odyssey team. It's missing a lot of the core Mario team people, probably because they're working on the next 3D Mario game, but it is the Odyssey team, and some of the Mario people kind of went to a new team, that we don't know what they're doing. But I feel like, and maybe there's just some bias here for me, but I truly believe Bonanza's winning Game of the Year. I just have this weird feeling in me, and maybe it's a bit of copium, but like honestly, I think Bonanza's gonna be what wins. I think one, it's really different. It gives them something a bit different to put out there and push out. Nintendo really hasn't had a big game to be able to one up since, like, I guess Tears of the Kingdom. That didn't win that year. Elden Ring did. But like,
when was the last Game of the Year win for Nintendo? Was it Breath of the Wild?
No, there's been one. I think since Nintendo Game of the Year winners.
Because did Odyssey win Game of the Year?
No, Odyssey was the same year as Breath of the Wild.
Oh yeah, it was.
Actually, they've only won one Game of the Year, which was The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild.
Oh, huh. That's interesting.
They've been nominated for
a lot
of them, but because freaking Wonder was there last year,
or
2020, that was crazy, man. I knew that was that was like Wonder's amazing,
but what was up against it was like there's no.
That was the epitome. Because that was Tears of the Kingdom. It was Tears of the Kingdom, Mario Wonder, Elden Ring, and I've got the other games.
Wasn't it Blatro?
No, Blatro was last year.
Was it last year? Okay.
We're talking about 2020. Last year we had the Elden Ring DLC.
Right.
It was that Astro Bot, other stuff. But no, I honestly think Donkey Kong Bonanza is going to be what wins. If not, I think it'll be Clair Obscura. But I have this real feeling that Bonanza is going to be like, we see Mario Kart World isn't here. We're not in a situation where it's like, oh, like we have two Nintendo titles here, like what's happened a lot in the past. They picked this one, and I feel like the more obvious choice, just for like for public audiences, would have been Mario Kart World.
Yeah.
But the jury picked Bonanza. They picked Bonanza for a reason.
It's an interesting thought. I think just in general this year, there's not anything that I would say like it's
there's no clear winner.
For most of these, it's anyone's award. Like,
Honestly, I think the only one's best multiplayer was Peak, and
Yeah.
even then, I wouldn't be too shocked if Peak
I
didn't.
could see Peak not winning, but I would be like, Peak took over for a good while.
Yeah.
And arguably, it still is kind
It
of
probably
relevant.
it probably will win, but it's still one of those. Even then, like look at the other games, I wouldn't be upset if other games won because it's still quality. Like Split Fiction.
I gotta say, to tie a little bow on this little episode, what do you think has been the biggest game that has no representation that you feel like was snubbed?
Oh.
Because I have a thought, and I have a feeling you'll have thoughts on my thoughts.
I think it's pretty obvious. It was a big launch on the Switch 2. No one, it was really big. Everyone was talking about it.
Where if you say "Welcome Tour," I'm gonna hate you.
No, not Welcome Tour is like basically a tech demo. Drag X Drive.
I knew you were gonna
Idiot.
say
God. Drag X Drive. I love Born in My Thighs. It was great.
Talking about the sales reports. Neither of those sold too well.
Neither of them cracked a million, so they won't even report it on. Which I think they were both meant to be small. I don't think they see those as fair. They're very much like, hey, Dragon X Drive was made by 7 people.
Tour should have been free. And
that should have been, but Dragon X Drive, $15, made by 7 people.
Fine.
I don't get why people got so mad about Dragon X Drive.
I'm not just people are wanting to be mad at Nintendo.
I'm like, I don't think it's the greatest game, but for $15, I played it for like 5 hours. I had fun, and it probably didn't even cost it. They probably made like double or triple the money back on that.
Probably.
Unless you want to include the research and development for the mouse combo, that's with the console.
It definitely feels like a Pilot Wings, sort not to crap on Pilot Wings, but it's like something to pad out.
It's a showcase the console.
And to pad out the launch of.
At least it was. I think they won a lesson from Arms, and they did not try to make it a $60 game.
Yeah.
So talk about a game I feel like that's been snubbed. That's honestly difficult for me because I feel like a lot of games I played this year, new games are there. I really can't pinpoint myself on one at the moment. If you want to go ahead and go.
Well, I have thoughts, and I could see I understand why it's not included, but I would say.
Oh.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I would say that arguably, because especially if Dispatch is up there, a game that was released episodically, I feel like Deltarune should be up there because one, you have more content than just if it was just like. Oh, we released Chapter 1, sure. That's arguably a demo.
Yeah.
Even Chapter 2. But Deltarune released as like a full game this year. As like a full $15, $25, whatever game.
That's true.
And arguably, I think it deserves a spot on at least, maybe not...
At least indie.
Yeah, maybe like indie or like RPG. I feel like RPG...
Only thing I could think, and this is really just semantics, this is all these are made up rules.
Yes.
But Dispatch did finish its one.
And that you
and
have
Delta,
that
and they might be, and Keeley might be more thinking, okay, we know Deltarune's going to show up eventually, let's just wait till it's done and then let that be the year it shines.
Which is fair.
That's the only thing I could think. Because there's been a lot, Deltarune and Until have been at Game Awards.
Yeah.
Like updates and stuff, so I don't think there's any bad blood.
No, I don't think so necessarily.
I
just think for this year, especially because you had for those who have played Deltarune, the titans of episodes that are 3 and 4.
I never heard a lot about it.
And especially as in the package of like people going into it and playing 1, 2, 3, 4. That's half the game. That's over half the game.
Yeah.
So it's like arguably
it was the best Switch 2 launch title.
It was a very good game, and I think I have a bias too because like I love Deltarune and I love Undertale and like Toby Fox and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I recognize my bias there, but I think it should at least like deserve a spot as like maybe not game of the year, but definitely like best RPG because I feel like it would probably outclass all of them.
Yeah.
But that's my main thoughts for anything snubbed. I don't know if you.
For something that didn't get any awards, that's really difficult for me. I'll be honest, and I don't play a ton of new games. I really, in more recently, has been tackling more of the backlog. But I don't know. I feel like at times I can't think of any games that were talked about this year that weren't I guess Deltarune. I would, yeah. But even outside of that, that's the only game I could think of that not even since I've played, but just people that talk about a lot that but weren't here.
Yeah.
I feel like they pretty much got all of it.
No, they did. I will say I think they did pretty good this year because there was a few years where it's like there were pretty big omissions. Like they might have been on there, but they were like not
I
very.
feel like the last like 2 or 3 years, the Game Awards has really picked up like pace.
I think so.
I feel like it was 2023's. I feel like I don't want to say that was the worst one. I don't think there's ever been a bad one. Maybe like you could maybe
just have weaker ones.
Weaker ones, especially like the early year. Like the early ones were literally like in like a studio.
Mm-hmm.
You had 2023, so you had the whole teleprompter of like hurry it up, like you had all that controversy. But then I've always respected with Jeff Keighley and the Game Awards as a whole. He does the listening. Like 2020 last year's one, like the people can tell like stop making the show longer. He cut off like an hour off the show. You had that the pacing was a lot better. You know he focused more just letting developers sit there and talk.
Mm-hmm.
It was less about the big like production values of it. And I feel like you're going to hopefully see that continue to be reflected here.
We all know that the best part of the Game Awards is going to be the Muppets.
Oh yeah, the Muppets.
They better be back.
I thought you were going to say the war premieres.
No, it's the Muppets.
They
better be back.
They've been there every time. They'll be back.
I mean, arguably they have something to shill this year because they're doing the new Muppets ride at Disney. So
they
like,
are.
They could make that. They could totally do that and be like, fine, whatever. It doesn't really have much to do with gaming, but at least the Muppets are back.
Muppets are back. And now it's a new ABC show. Woo.
No.
Or Freeform show. My bad. Freeform.
It's still called ABC.
Is it?
Yes.
I thought it was called Freeform now.
No.
They go back.
It's called ABC. It's still the ABC network.
Oh, the network. Yeah, but the channel's called Freeform.
They still use ABC from what I've seen, but I also haven't watched the channel in a few years.
I don't either.
ABC Family became Freeform. That's a separate channel.
That's what it is. ABC Family's Freeform.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking of, because that's the only ABC Family match. What's the actual ABC channel about?
It's just like...
The alphabet?
No, it's just like the regular ABC. Like, they have the news, they have all of, like, the...
ABC's a news network?
It has a news segment. It's not just about news. It has like all the typical stuff. Like they play AFB. They played Once Upon a Time there for a while. It's like a public news, like not public news, public access channel. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, not all of us are rich enough to afford cable, Joe.
Hey, I wasn't rich enough to afford cable. My family, my parents were rich enough to afford cable. And we had Cox. We didn't have the good one.
Anyways.
We stayed on that at Cox attendant until they forced us off. And they were like, I remember the day I came home and it had that thing that said, Cox is no longer supporting antenna cable. And then all the channels that said that. And I was like, no. And we had that for like 3 months at my house. And I thought my life was going to end. And then we got Verizon cable, and we got Fios, and my life was good again. We got it the same night the Steven Universe Season 3 finale aired, and the guy who got it installed like 5 minutes before it aired, and I remember I went up to my parents, and they were going to mess around with the new stuff. I'm like, nope, we're going to the Cartoon Network, and we sat there and watched the 4 new episodes that aired. The voice guy hadn't even left yet. And it was just, and I was, man, he gave us free LAN cables for our consoles too. He was so cool. Man, that's the outro. I stole it from Thomas this week again.
That's not the outro.
That's all I'm gonna say. I'm done.
Okay, well, thank you all for joining our discussion about the Game Awards. We'll probably do a small segment in the next episode, unless like some earth-shattering revelations happen at this year's Game Awards, and we feel the need to do a whole episode. We'll probably do like a mini segment in a future episode. Yeah.
Probably 2 or 3 weeks.
I thought you weren't.
Not enough space when you get behind the couch. Man, I'll just go back here.
That's where the safe state bunker is.
I'll just go down here. Wait. I'll do the thing. People are like.
Anyways, thank you all for joining this episode. Let us know what you think about the Game Awards categories, who you think should win, how wrong we are. If we got something wrong, please tell us. And as always, let us know what we can do better in the future for these episodes. But otherwise, you guys have a great week and take care. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Bye.